that.
Very impressive.
Wonderful. That's perfect. Exactly like that. Well, are you ready to meet Princess Jasmine?
Yes!
Wonderful. Well, let's bring her out, shall we? Announcing the Sultan's captivating daughter, Princess Jasmine. How are you? Hi, Princess. Hello, Princess Jasmine. So nice to see you. These young princesses and knights would all love to hear a story. Perhaps you could tell them what it was like when you first stepped outside of the palace gates.
Really? Would you like to hear about one of my favorite adventures? Well, let's start at the beginning. And I think you know how all of my favorite stories begin. Once upon a time. Well, let's say it together, shall we? Once upon a time, there lived a sultan and his daughter, me. Well, I love my father very much. He had some very strange ideas.
Now, Jasmine, the law says you must be married to a prince by your next birthday.
But father, if I do marry, I want it to be for life.
I just want to see that you're taken care of, said the Sultan.
Well, I didn't want to be kept like a dove in a cage, and I could tell that my father wasn't going to change his mind. So that night, I decided that if being a princess meant I couldn't do what I wanted, then I didn't want to be a princess anymore. So I disguised myself in different clothes, hugged my tiger Raja goodbye, and I climbed over the palace wall.
Oh, but Raja tried to stop her. He tugged at her long coat and he begged and he pleaded. Let's all talk to Jasmine like we're Raja. Can you growl like a tiger?
No, Raja, I'm sorry, but I can't stay here and have my life lived for me. I'll miss you.
So Jasmine left Raja and her father and everything she knew in the palace and set out for adventure.
Well, I had never been outside the palace before, so I was curious about everything. I went to the busy marketplace where I saw so many new faces and lots of wonderful things. Then I saw a little boy who looked hungry, so I took an apple from a basket and I gave it to him. There you go. But I forgot that he wanted to buy the apple, and the fruit seller got very upset with me. Then suddenly, a handsome young man appeared, and even though he didn't know who I was, he tried to tell the fruit seller that I was not a thief. He was held by his little monkey friend who liked to chitter-chatter all the time. Do you remember the monkey's name?
Is it a boo?
Abu, that's right. Then we ran away before we could get into any more trouble, and we climbed over the rooftops until we knew we'd be safe. I couldn't believe it. He and Abu seemed to have everything I was looking for. There was no one telling them where to go, or who to love, or what to do. Then suddenly, the palace guards appeared and grabbed the young man. They were going to throw him in the dungeon of the palace. So I stood up and I threw back my disguise to show them that I was the sultan's daughter and that I commanded them to stop. But they wouldn't. They had been ordered by Jafar.
Oh, now Jafar was a very powerful man. He was the advisor to the Sultan, and no one ever said no to Jafar because he had a very bad temper. Oh, but Jasmine pleaded and begged with him, and Jafar refused.
Well, many days later, the streets of Agrabah were filled with a big celebration. A parade was coming, with elephants and trumpets and fireworks. And then when someone shouted out and said,
Make way for Prince Ali. Hey, clear the way in the old bazaar. Hey, you let us. It's a brand new star. Oh, come be the prince on your box with me tonight. Make way, here he comes. Ring the bells, ring the drums. Are you gonna love this guy?
well, I watched from a balcony, but I wasn't excited at all. I could see it was just another pompous prince trying to show off and impress everyone. Well, it made me angry that everyone was trying to decide what I was going to do without even asking me. So I didn't want to see that prince at all. I am not the price to be won.
Well, Prince Ali was actually someone who cared very much for Princess Jasmine, but he was in disguise. Do you remember his real name? Who was it?
Aladdin, right?
That's right, it was Aladdin, and he became Prince Ali by making a magic wish on a magic lamp. Now, that night, Prince Ali appeared in the balcony of Jasmine's room.
Well, I wasn't charmed by his pompous attitude. Just go jump off the balcony.
Oh my, so he did just that. He went right over and jumped right off the balcony.
Oh no! But he didn't fall. He was standing on a carpet that was floating in the air. He told me it was a magic carpet, and he asked me if I would like to go for a ride. I wasn't sure, but he held his hand and asked me, do you trust me? And my heart told me that I did. So I stepped upon the magic carpet, and I sat beside him, and we went on the most wonderful adventure. Would you like to know what it was like to ride in the magic carpet?
Yes.
You may hold out your arms like this if you want to, and we'll all go soaring together. A whole new world. sparkle. Tell me, what did you see?
I saw a mountain.
You saw sparkles? Amazing.
I saw fireworks.
Fireworks are my favorite. It was such a romantic night. I never wanted the night to end, but there was something I had to get to the bottom of. So I ripped off Prince Ali's royal turban and I asked him why he had lied to me.
Well, despite their disguises, their hearts had never been fooled. They were both falling in love.
We kissed and we said goodnight, and it was just like a dream. The next morning I ran to tell my father that I had the most wonderful time.
Princess Jasmine, I have chosen a husband for you. You are to marry Jafar.
I will never marry Jafar. I want to marry Prince Ali.
Well, just then Prince Ali appeared in the doorway and Jafar was furious. He couldn't believe that this street rat was about to take away all of his power. So he stole the magic lamp and he began to make 3 wishes.
First, Jafar made a wish to rule as the Sultan.
And poof, it happened. And then for his second wish, he wished to be the most powerful sorcerer in all the world.
And poof, it happened. And he ordered that everyone bow down to him. And he told them all that Prince Ali wasn't even Aladdin, a common street rat.
Well, then he made his final 3rd wish.
And that's when Aladdin tricked Jafar into wishing for even more. So in his rage, Jafar wished to become an
All-powerful genie, and poof, it happened. Well, this was not a very clever wish for Jafar to make. For where do all genies live until summoned by a wish? In a teeny tiny little...
Inside a lamp.
Well, yes, and no one ever wished to see Jafar again, and so we didn't. But now I knew who Aladdin really was. He was that young man I had met in the marketplace. And even though he wasn't a prince, he was more special than any other prince to me.
Well, the genie reminded Aladdin that he had one final wish to make, and if he wanted, he could wish to be Prince Ali again and marry Princess Jasmine. But instead, Aladdin wished for the genie's freedom, and poof, it happened, and the genie was set free.
That was so unselfish of him. I knew without a doubt that Aladdin was the only man for me. So my father decided to change the law so I could marry any man I wanted. And I chose Aladdin. And as all good adventures end, we lived